Hello. How are you, beautiful people? Welcome to the Authen podcast. Today's seat of heat belongs to your favorite realtor, Crystal Craven. Crystal Craven is 38. She is a wife, mother, CEO, real estate professional, and upcoming author of I Can Relate, and also co author in Created for Greatness, where she takes us through some of the hardships she has endured and overcame in effort to find true liberty and freedom in Christ. Crystal is the owner and CEO, check it, of Crave Hair and Beauty Supply, which currently serves as the only beauty supply retailer in the parish where she focuses on creating and radiance and virtuous excellence to each one of her customers and clients. Crystal has also served as your favorite realtor in the real estate profession for the last 7 years, where she assists and educates home buyers, sellers, investors, and businesses maneuver through real estate transactions. Crystal has an uncompromising love for people that we all can feel and community development, and enjoys spending time with her family, close friends, tackling DIY projects, reading, and traveling. Welcome, Crystal.
Hi, how y'all doing?
All
I'm excited to
right.
be here. I'm excited to be here.
That's what's up, girl. I'm excited to have you. I have been just sitting down with the world has lied, the world lied, the world lied, like it's just been on my mind because I know you about
The
to blow
world
it
live.
up. So I'm
The
excited.
world live.
Yes,
The
I'm
world live,
excited as
and
well, and
I'm
I'm so thankful for your energy. It means a lot to me that you not only are participating, that you're doing it genuinely, and that your energy is into it. So that means a lot to me, and I want to express that to you live on the Authentic Podcast, honey. Okay, so is there anything that you would like to share? Just before we get into your topic.
so the reason why I chose the topic is because I hold a scripture near and dear to my heart, and it says to be not conformed to this world, but be renewed by be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind in
Yes.
Christ. Let your mind be in Christ. So that's the reasoning behind the world lied.
All right, and baby. This is so interesting because, and everybody that's tuned in, when you get into the world has lied, I mean, you're going to be able to relate with it so much, right, Crystal? Like, there's going to be so
Yes,
many things that you'll be able to
yes,
relate to how the world has
yes.
lied to you. And we ain't falling for
Yes.
that crap no more. My sis, we
Time
say
out for
it's
that.
over.
That's it. That's it. That
That's
time
it.
out. Time out.
Yes. So we are now going to open up your topic, which is the world has lied. Give us your understanding of the world has lied.
So my understanding of the world has lied is this basically. So the world gives us a standard that they see, that they think that we should follow. I mean, we see it on social media, we see it within our communities, we see it within our group, our sphere of influence. But at the same time, there's a different manuscript for how we're supposed to maneuver in the earth. And that's my belief system. And that's the word of God. And so I believe that he gives us strategy, divine strategy in how we should be moving in the earth. He told us stories of people that actually went through everything that we're enduring in this present world and how they overcame. And so that's how I feel. I feel like the world portrayed something that really wasn't so. And we're here to defy the odds of what the world is trying to give us. So that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do.
All right. So, sis, look, I feel just like you. I feel so betrayed by the world.
I know, I know, I know.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful that, my mindset shift from what the world really had me believing about myself, about the projection of
Mhm.
my life, about the
Yes,
outcome of my life, about me just ultimately myself. Like, it don't
yes,
get no better than you knowing who you are and just
yes.
loving yourself. And the world will definitely have you off on the deep end. So
And will.
I totally agree with you that the world lied.
Yes, 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 yes.
So, just to get into it a little bit more, what is something specific for you that you felt the world just it deceived you? It lied and you just got fed up with it. What was that thing or one of those things?
I think that and complete transparency, I think that the world told me that I was supposed to be a certain person, or that because I had a past, that I could no longer walk into what God had for me. And it gave me the perception that I had to be perfect in order to be whole. And that's not the truth. None of us are perfect. Okay? But that doesn't keep us from being the best possible version of ourselves. Everybody has a past, and although people don't always acknowledge the past, it's still there. You were somebody before you were this person today. And so without us giving that truth about where we've been and the journeys, people come in, like younger generations will come in thinking that it was all easy, you know? And that's not the truth. So when I grew up, I thought I was supposed to be living a certain type of way. And that was all wrong. There was so much more that my eyes hadn't seen, or my ears hadn't heard.
Right.
And so for me, I feel like the world lied to me. And now that I know the truth, I can walk in the truth. I can walk in my truth. I can walk in who I am. I
Yes.
can walk in where I've been.
Yes.
I can remember where I've been and then congratulate myself in where I am now. So
Yes.
that I just feel like the world will have you thinking that, you're not all that, but you are all that.
Okay, come on. Let's what
You are. You are. You are all
yes,
that.
you are. Yes, we are,
Yes.
baby. All that
Yes.
and a bag of chips, like they
And
used to
then
say.
some.
Absolutely. Yes. That is like exactly how I feel. I just feel totally
Mhm.
deceived. I feel like, but Crystal, until you said the world lied, I didn't really
Mm,
connect with
mm.
what where that stream of negativity was coming from,
Yeah.
and it's the world.
The world, you see? Be not
It's the
conformed to
world.
the world. That's
That's
it.
right.
The
So when
world
you
will hold you
said
back.
yes, when you said the part about not being perfect,
Mhm.
I mean, it feels so good right now in my life to just wake up and say, you
Mhm.
know what, this is where I'm at in my life. I'm not
Mhm.
interested in fabricating it. I don't
That's
care
it.
who don't like it because you're
That's it.
not my provider. You're not the person that's going
Mhm.
to send me to heaven or to hell. Like
That's
you
right.
are just a normal person like me living life.
That's right.
And you're not perfect either. So I'm
That's
not
right.
worried anymore about being perfect in the sight of the world. And it feels
Oh,
amazing.
thank you. That's my point. That's my point.
Yes,
That's
it
my
feels
point.
amazing. Like you can't even do nothing with me right now. I'm so on fire.
Nothing.
Just like
Nothing.
it is what it is. So I
That's
agree.
it. That's it.
And
Yeah.
and I think both Crystal and I would love that more people would start just being true to themselves and know that any stage of your life that you're in, if you're seeking God, and sometimes you don't even have
Mhm.
to be seeking Him. When He ready for you, He coming to get you.
Come on. He gonna come get you.
So
Mhm.
it's a
That's it.
transformation process, and along the way you're definitely growing and things are changing and becoming better. So don't put that pressure on yourself about having to be perfect.
Right.
I don't care what it is. Don't put that pressure on yourself. Show up authentically, and I promise you it's
Mhm.
going to work out for you. Look at my girl Cardi B.
Yes. Yeah. She is who she is.
She
She
is
is who
who
she
she is.
is. You
Yes,
know?
she
Yeah.
owns it.
Yeah. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
So how much or how long do you feel like you were deceived by the world, and um how soon were you able to just put like fuel behind yourself and say, you know what, this is it, I've had enough?
Mm. So actually, I write actually in the book that we're doing,
Okay.
um, Created for Greatness. Y'all make sure y'all get it. I speak
Okay.
about some of that in there. And what was the triggering part for me was when my husband was actually pushed out of his business and that he was in partner with someone else in, and we lost everything.
Mm.
And when I say everything, I mean everything. And so we were forced to move to the Lake Charles area. So that's how I got to Lake Charles.
Okay.
We were forced to move that way because we didn't have any form of income coming in, etc. So we had to do what we had to do, which was move in with my in-laws. So long story short, that moment for me, I felt like a failure. Like I know I had failed like before, but in that exact moment, I was not only failing as a woman, not only as a wife, but the most important thing was as a mother. And I realized at that moment that if I wanted things to change, then I had to change. Because the only thing I found constant in every situation up to that point that was all hellacious was me. Okay. So if I'm the only thing that's constant in that and I keep getting the short end of the stick, then I need to change me. I need to walk in my fullness and my potential. So that's kind of that right there for me was an awakening.
Yeah.
It was an awakening into my role as not only a woman, not only as a wife, but as that mother, to be
Yeah.
an example to my children because I didn't have those examples to look up to.
Mhm.
Because like I said, people in our families portrayed things to be perfect.
Mhm.
Hear about the struggles.
Yeah.
We didn't hear about the breakups, the heartaches in marriage, the battery. We didn't
Yeah.
hear about that. We didn't hear about women getting beat back in the day. I didn't. They kept that under hush.
Mhm.
So I went into the world not knowing what I was up against. So I feel like the world deceived me because I didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was going to need something other than worldly view to get me through all those times in my life that I was so broken.
Mm.
So I started building myself. I started building my inner me. Now is the time that you have to do what you have to do to get through. And that's why I'm here today.
Yes.
Resilience.
Resilience. And you look so beautiful in your resilience, honey. Like
Thank
you
you.
are definitely the depiction of everything that you're talking about. So when I look at you, I could see, that you've been through things, but it doesn't, it comes out so beautifully. It's like it's wrapped up in like a special anointing or a saving grace, and it just sits on you very beautifully. As I told you before, I just started becoming more and more drawn to you because it's like when you would speak, it's like, am I in, like, is this me? Like, do I hear myself? So it brought me to a place of similarity. Like, okay, we have had to have gone through some of the same things because when this woman
Mhm.
speaks, it's like, hold up, Crystal.
But I
So,
think it's just mainly letting people know that you're not alone.
no,
Like you're not fighting these battles by yourself.
yes,
And part of that is when I went through a whole bunch, and I'm sure we'll get into that later. I didn't have anyone that I could say I'm hurting and I'm broken and I need somebody.
yeah,
And so my main mission now is to let people know that you're not alone,
yeah,
and you're not the only one, and you're never going to be the only one,
yeah,
because we still have a whole lot of life to live, and
yeah,
the world is constantly changing. So now we need to be building ourselves up for what is to come.
yes.
So that's the gist of it.
Yeah, it
You know?
is. And you made a very good point, and I want to put this in the airwaves. The world is consistently moving and going. And
Mhm.
times from when I was a younger girl and Crystal was a younger girl, oh, they have changed drastically.
Oh God,
So if the
yes.
world lied to us, I could only imagine what
Mm,
it's
mm,
going
mm,
back
mm, mm,
now,
mm.
and that's why the generation is the way it is right now,
Yeah.
because the world has definitely changed and that negative impact has only become worse.
Yes.
So it takes vessels like you and I and everybody else that God is using to put this out there, that don't be deceived by the world.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
I am the living proof. You are the
Yes.
living proof that
Yes.
it was hell. It was
Yes.
chaotic. I thought
Yes.
I was going to lose my mind. I thought I was going to die some days. Like it was
Mm.
that bad, and
Yes, ma'am.
we have to know that the world don't have a story for us.
That's right.
God has our story. He
That's
has
right.
our plan. So the world, we need to put the world in its place. We
That's
exist
right.
in the world, but we don't exist like the world.
That's
So
right.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to our children, like how earlier you said, that was kind of something that fueled you
Mm.
to just step into a stronger place in your life and be like, I've had enough of this. I feel like a child raised in a situation like that, they may stray away, but
Again,
they coming back to glory, honey.
they come back. They
And
come back.
so you said
Yes.
something one day about I think it's when we were eating that night when you said something about they may stray or they may go away, but they're going to come back. They're
Mm-hmm.
going
Hmm.
to come back to what they know.
That's
And
right.
we as parents have to, when we know better, we do better. We
That's
have
right.
to
That's
give
right.
our children the real. That stuff
Yes.
they did when we was kids, get out of grown folks' business.
That's right.
We
That's
needed
right.
to know. We
You're
needed to
right.
know some of that because we
You're
were
right.
lost. When we got
That's
out
right.
into the world, we were lost and we didn't know. So I think
Mm-hmm. That's the
it's
truth.
absolutely amazing to be positioned in a place where we can tell and speak to the younger generation now that do not be deceived
Do
by
not be
the
deceived.
world.
Yes. 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 And yes.
So we are going to start on your questions. You ready, my love?
I'm ready.
All right. Okay. Has there ever been a time in your life when you were faced with the challenge of choosing your authenticity over something else? How did you handle it? Do you think you made the best decision?
Yeah. So one part of that story, that backstory is I was married before my current marriage. And he and I thought back in the day that I was supposed to be dating the dope boys. Let's be honest. I thought that was the world lied,
Yeah.
okay? I thought that was the life, okay? So I got into this relationship and then soon turned into a marriage. And during that span of time, I felt like I sold my soul to the devil because I was doing things that I knew internally wasn't right.
That is so deep. Like,
But and this is my truth. This is my truth because I'm not going to ever tell you to do something that I'm not willing to do.
yes.
So in that part of my life, I was transporting drugs. I was in on a lot of the operations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I knew that first of all that man wasn't for me because that's not what I saw for my life. I wanted a family, a stable family, et cetera. But I also was like, well, that's how they get money. I didn't know that I could go be this, and that, and be just as successful rather than doing all this illegal activity.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like that span of my life was I felt like I was really selling my soul. like for real. Like nothing in that was right, you know, and then in the process of that, it was all wrong. A lot of that was so wrong,
Yes.
so wrong. And now that I know that, and I see that that way definitely wasn't the way, the truth, or the light. Now I know, you know, that there's a better, brighter way, and that I can be, you know, just as successful by doing the right things
That's
and
right.
walking in my God-given gift, and not having to show my body to get attention, and not having to compromise on the standards that I see for myself and my children. You
Yes.
know, once again, like I said, I was failing once again as a mother. I was failing. So for me, I felt like that time I compromised on what I really internally felt and who I was, because that's not me.
Yes.
And I feel like I compromised who I was to be in that relationship, and the relationship was really meant to destroy me.
Yeah.
And I mean that in every sense of the word, because those same drugs that I was out here trying to cover up and all this other stuff, he drugged me with it.
Mm.
So it turned out to be one of the worst times of my life. Once again, I felt like I sold my soul to the devil, and he almost had me.
Yes.
And he almost had me.
Oh my God, girl. Like it's so much. I knew I was drawn to you for something. We have, girl, you and we're gonna drink some coffee a few days.
I keep saying, you not nobody going through stuff alone, girl. People are really
Yes.
struggling, and people have really struggled.
Yes.
And what you see now was not always so.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see women walking in their truth, men
Mm-hmm.
walking in their truth, men being vulnerable, women respect it, because you don't know what it took to get there.
Yeah.
You see the glory, but you don't know the story.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and so that's why it's important for women like you and I, and so many others that are on their way, that I every day tell them, be you, trust God, because we're here to tell people that you're not alone.
That's
There
right.
is a way out.
That's right.
There's always an option, and
Yes.
you can press forward and be all you can be, even
That's right.
in spite of, but you got to first forgive yourself.
That's it, girl. Wrapped up all in forgiveness.
That's it.
So important to our healing, forgiveness.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's not just pointing the blame on other people or pointing the
Yeah,
finger at
that too.
other people. Yeah, it's you
That's
gotta
right.
hold yourself accountable for some of the things that you went through, because
Mhm.
you had to make a decision.
That's right.
And I was this, so I have an episode where I talk about forgiveness on the Authentic podcast. And while I was talking about forgiveness, the spirit just wrapped that thing around, and it went
Mhm.
from them to me. Like, no, look at yourself. Look at
Yes.
yourself. I had no control over it. It started coming out with a whole different perspective. And when I went back and I listened to it, and I was just like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, because I am myself, I myself and other people, it's a comfort to blame other people.
That's
It's
right.
comfortable to blame other people, but you have to hold yourself accountable
That's
for some of
right.
the things that has occurred.
Right.
Now, if you were in an abusive relationship and he drug you and beat you, yeah, of course you don't ask for that, you know,
Right.
but you also have to acknowledge that I chose this man.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's
chose
right.
him.
That's
And even
right.
after he beat me the first time, I
I
stayed.
stayed.
So
I
I let
stayed.
him know that it was okay to beat me again. You know
That's
what
right.
I'm saying? So
Mhm.
we gotta
Mhm.
take accountability for some of the things that we go through
Yep.
and
That we allow.
that we allow. Yes.
Mhm.
And that is when healing can really take place. That is like
That's
my
right.
best advice, to godly advice, to anyone that is in a stage of their life where they just want to turn over. Like, you just want to
Mhm.
turn over. Forgiveness.
Mhm.
Forgiveness. And start with yourself. Start with yourself.
Mhm.
Just be bold
Mhm.
about it and start with
Mhm.
yourself. And God
That's
is
right.
gonna honor that. He is. I'm the proof right here. Crystal is the
Mhm.
proof. There's
Yes.
plenty of us that has, decided that we're not listening to the world anymore. We
That's
are
it.
already defined by Christ. We are
That's
already
right.
beautiful people. We are already designed with purpose. Like there's a calling on our lives. So
Yes.
even if the world lied and the enemy tried and tried and tried and he's still trying,
Right.
he was never going to win.
He's never gonna win. Never. Never. Never.
He's
Never.
never going to win,
Never.
you know? And I love it. I love the fact that God says, "Oh, you thought you were about to
You
have
thought.
breakthrough?
You
Yeah.
thought.
You thought you were about to have Crystal? I think not." So, so that's beautiful. And thank you. You know, like I said last week, I know that sometimes some of this stuff, and I know that you're at a place now where you have evolved so much and you understand the whole complete turnaround from the
Yes.
world lying to now your truth, that it really doesn't even matter sometimes when you open up your mouth and you start talking about things that has happened already, those
Don't
embarrassing
matter.
things, those
Nope.
things that broke you down. But I still have to acknowledge, because I know what it's like to
Hmm.
get on a live, don't
Hmm.
know where it's gonna go, who gonna hear it,
Hmm.
who gonna see it, and open up
Hmm.
your life like that. So cookie lines.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And I
Yes.
believe that people need to know the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Like life
Yes.
is tough and you're going to make some wrong choices and you're going to make some wrong decisions, but that doesn't mean that you can't come back from them.
That's right,
I
girl.
call to be honest with you, I call myself the comeback queen because there's
Yeah.
nothing that the devil threw at me that I have not overcome.
Yes.
Nothing. And
Yes.
I believe that whatever, and because I am where I am now spiritually, I'm vigilant on when he's coming to attack me.
Yes.
So that I can warfare for myself. I'm vigilant to it. Very vigilant. So
Yes.
that's why I walk in my truth, because if you're going to hear it, you're going to hear it directly from me.
Yeah.
Directly from me.
Mhm.
And that's just what it is. We going if you want to know the truth, this is the truth. You
Yes.
know? And what I love about God is, just like he's done in the Bible so many times before, and I can't help but speak the word because it's in me. But
Oh
all
yeah.
these
Do your
people that
thing.
he brought from there to here, he left a witness. He left an account of every single thing that and most of those things I've seen in this earth already. He gave an account that it was going to happen, and then he gave us armor to protect ourselves against it. So we have a due diligence now to say, I okay, God knew we were going to face this.
Yeah.
He already gave us a weapon for it.
Yes.
He already gave us a weapon. Because we always think that we're fighting people, and I say that often because I believe it. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We're not fighting people. Like I can forgive my ex-husband because I knew that it was only through him to attack what the spirit that was in me. So I can
Yeah.
forgive him because he's just a natural man. He's just a fleshly man.
That's
You
it.
know,
It's the
that's the
spirit that's
battle was in his
operating
mind.
in him. Yeah.
It was, yeah, yes. So at the same time, like I said, I can forgive him because now I realize that it was never you. It was the enemy's attack on my life and what God had for me and what now God has for my children, my grandchildren, my friends, my family at the same time. So it wasn't attack. It wasn't a personal attack on me. I just had to take the blow.
Yeah.
Everybody wouldn't have made it from the blow. I mean, if I'm
Yes.
being real,
That
and
part. That
parts
part.
of me want want to cry because that's the truth. Like some people never make it after they get that blow.
My
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Some people give up right there. They
Yeah.
give up right there because they're like, "Oh man, my life is over."
Yes.
You know? But I mean, that's the truth of it. You
Yeah.
know? That's the truth
Well,
of it.
our life wasn't over. Obviously, it was just getting started.
It was just getting
It
started.
was just
Yes,
getting
yes,
started.
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
Crystal, you're telling me you was a little cookie line back in the day.
Girl, girl. Well, I thought I was a well, I thought that's who I was supposed to be, ride or
Yes,
die, right? That's what they used to
yes,
teach us,
yes,
right? I
girl.
mean, well, that's what I saw. That's what I saw in the world. I was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be ride or die, but I
Yep.
was riding or die for the wrong thing.
For the wrong things.
I was riding or dying for the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, sis, you riding or dying, but you might just die.
You hear me?
So
Be gone for
Okay,
good.
so now you need to and you know what I'm saying? Like so for me, and that was the actually the last straw. And I'm gonna give you a quick testimony real quick. So how I got out of that situation.
Okay.
So the incident happened. I had came back from a night shift I was working, and I used to smoke marijuana. That's what we did.
Yeah.
And so I got home. It's a nightcap, already rolled, already ready for whatever. And so I hit it, not thinking nothing of it. Now, mind you, this is my husband. I got
Yes.
a small baby. I got my son, and all of a sudden, my body just started. You know what I'm saying? Like just limping. Like I felt my body slowly decreasing,
Mm.
and I'm sitting there, and he's sitting there, and he's like laughing, and I'm like, you know what are you doing? You know, like what's going on? Something ain't right. And he's just steady laughing, steady laughing, steady laughing. Long story short, I how I got out of that situation, because that was the night that I remember. I was waking up to him beating me with a belt that very same night. And the next day I went and I filed for divorce. I couldn't tell him that I was filing for divorce because you had just drugged me. You had just called yourself, beat me with a belt, put a cigarette out on my back.
Oh,
And I cannot tell you that I ain't plan to leave you. I can't tell you that because I don't know what you're going to do. I
yeah.
don't know what you're going to do. So I hid from him that situation. And so just so happened the following Thursday, because I remember it was a Thursday, we were going to court. He asked me, he begged me, he said, come, because I was still there. I was still home because, I couldn't let him know what my plan was. So he begged me, he said, come with me to court. And we were going to court because he was fighting over his mistress. Mind you, I was ride or die, but he was cheating and all that kind of stuff. So long story short, so we go to court that day, and I agreed because I was ride or die. That's my husband. I'm trying to do the right thing, still not leading on to what my plan is. And that's the day I got my way of escape, baby. Because we go in court and I'm sitting there, and I mind you, I'm the wife. We fight, the mistress sitting there, her boyfriend is sitting there, and they're going to court behind something he done to the boyfriend. So, okay, long story short, we walk out of court for a brief session. And at that very moment, he decided that he was going to fight over his mistress with her current boyfriend. And he went to jail. And that's when I
It's
went home.
your
I
way
didn't
out.
call, didn't text, I didn't go see, I didn't write, I did nothing, because when God gave me that escape, baby, I went home, got my children, packed my stuff, and moved to the opposite side of town, the
Yes.
west side of town, because I knew at that very moment that that was my way of escape.
Yes.
And when he saw me again, baby, it was like 2 years down the line.
My God.
It was like 2 years down the line. And because I am a firm believer, and I speak this over my life, I don't go backwards. Once
Yeah.
I leave a situation,
That's it.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm done. Once you do me a certain kind of way and I wash my hands, I'm done. Now I'm gonna love you. I can still talk to him today. I pray for him. I pray for his family. I still have a connection with his mother. All those things. I can still love you, but I'll never go backwards.
Never.
I'll never go backwards. And so when God gave me that way of escape, I took it and I never turned back. But my
Girl.
story didn't end there. That situation in particular, I left it. I was
Yes.
gone.
Yes.
I was
Isn't
gone.
it just so beautiful? Do you ever just sometimes sit down and really go through the process that God put you through to save you?
Mm, mm,
Do you
mm,
ever just break it
mm,
down? Like just break that thing down, okay, for the
mm.
full understanding of like, man, look at what
Understand.
you done did. Like
Yes, yes.
if we would have not been in that saving grace, because all the
Mhm.
while we was going through what we was going through, baby, our grandmothers had them prayed for us, our mothers
Yes,
had them prayed for
yes,
us, and so we were always covered.
yes, yes,
That
yes, yes,
saving grace
yes,
is beautiful when you
yes.
go back and you look at how he strategically set up. Now this
Strategically.
fool, you know what? I ain't mean to
Come
call him,
on.
but you know what? It is what it is. He asked you to go with him to court, okay?
Hey, and God will always leave a witness. Come on, come
You
on.
understand me? In the courtroom, come on, where all the witnesses
Mm-hmm,
are. But baby, he
mm-hmm.
asked you to go to court with him. With that was totally disrespectful because I'm your
Right,
wife, and okay, but like you
right.
said, because I've been
But I
sued
was dumb.
trying to be a
I was
ride or
dumb.
die chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Riding and dying and looking stupid as ever. Okay, but
Stupid.
so yeah, because the world
Stupid.
lied,
The world lied.
and
And not only did the world lie, but I was lying to myself.
yourself.
You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Yeah,
but I didn't know any better. So
yeah,
it's like when you know better, you do better. Remember?
that's right.
So
That's
I
right.
didn't know no better at the time. Trying to
But
be
that
faithful.
strong influence, that strong negative influence from the world had you in that mindset,
Mm-hmm,
had
mm-hmm.
you, like you said, feeling like you had to be the ride or die chick, like, girl, I know all about it.
Yeah. Here,
Okay.
you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
So it's
Mhm.
just beautiful how God comes and saves us. And that's why I say
Yes.
right now, like on this journey that I'm on where I'm speaking and I'm talking about things, I say all the time, do not think that because something is starting off in a way that you feel like that's not where your miracle is at. You better go with where the Spirit of
Yes.
God leads you because you will miss
Yes.
out on something. You're gonna miss out on a healing, you're gonna miss out on some
Yeah.
favor, you're
Yeah.
gonna miss out on
Yeah.
you just have to be open-minded and you have to be connected to the Spirit of God for
Right.
the guidance and the leadership, because that's what it is. It's a natural leader. It leads
Yeah.
you when you can't lead yourself. And that's what happened to you that day. Like you knew
Yes.
that, okay, I'm going to court with my husband behind his mistress.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't, it
Mm-hmm.
was just totally all the way
Out of
wrong.
order. Yeah. All the way wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
All the way
Wrong.
wrong. But you went anyway. That
Yeah.
was that saving grace, girl. And
I
it
was-
was your release. It was your escape. So
Yep.
just
Yep.
imagine had you not done that. You are a beautiful
I
woman,
know.
Crystal. You are very courageous. The more you open up and you express yourself and you talk about what you have overcome, you just become more and more beautiful to me. I think I'm gonna put a picture of you on my
Oh,
put a
it's,
little
I mean, it's just, it's my truth. It's
yeah.
my truth. It's my truth.
Mhm.
Like I said, God will always leave a witness. And that's the gist of it.
That's the
That's the
gist
gist
of
of
it,
it.
baby. This is like so on and
Mhm.
popping. Okay, your
Yeah.
next question. Can you
Okay.
share something about yourself that you believe separates you vastly different from others, that makes you distinctively Crystal, unique, and has probably been hard for others to accept about you? Has it ever made you question yourself or not want to be who you are because of people's rejection towards you or
Mm.
exception to your uniqueness?
Oof, girl.
Mhm.
People cut up, honey. But no, so I think what's unique about me is that I've overcome.
Yeah.
I've overcome those things that were meant to destroy me. So I would say my resilience,
Mhm.
my resilience, and I would also say most likely
Yeah.
my discipline. Like I've had chances and opportunities and maybe even thoughts, and not maybe, I've had thoughts of ways to, or even thoughts of like, okay, you did me this. Now I'm gonna go back and do this because tit for tat. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And you hurt me. But instead, I chose to separate myself
Yeah.
or forgive them
Mhm.
or wash my hands with them, or because I felt like no matter what I would have done to vindicate what you did to me, I don't think I ever would have been full. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because in my mind and in my heart, I would still have that on my mind and my heart.
Mhm.
So for me, I just kind of I'm just who I am. I love hard. I love hard and I don't try to hurt people. And so a lot of times people take that as a weakness.
Yeah.
They take it to look like I'm weak.
Mhm.
And really I know how strong I really am.
Yeah.
And I know how to take a blow and keep
Yeah.
it trucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know how to be who I am without having to offend you. I'll just say, like Carrie said the other day at the thing, on lane, on pace,
You hear
on
me?
race.
All right. Yes.
So at the same time, you go ahead. If you think you won, hey, you won.
Yeah, you could have
And
it.
you can have it. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't even have to have the last word
Okay.
because I don't have to, because in actuality, I'll be a fool to even fight with a fool.
Okay.
So so I just back off. I separate myself, and I feel like people, like I said, people take that like I'm weak. But until you really get to know me and be in my presence, and everybody doesn't have access to me anymore. I had to learn that
Yeah.
because everybody didn't value what was really in me.
Mhm.
I had to start valuing that for myself.
Yes.
And so it can come off a little strong to some people, and to a point to where it looks like, oh, well, she want to be seen. No, I'm trying to show you that you can come back from anything
Yeah.
and still be a powerhouse for
Yeah.
God, and not only a powerhouse for God, but for yourself. You can
Yeah.
forgive yourself and walk in your fullness and
Yeah.
just be all of who you are. Like, I don't have to fake nothing.
Yes.
If I'm not at that place right now, then I'm not at that place right now.
Yes.
That don't mean I get there. That
Yes.
don't mean I'm not on my way. That don't mean I'm less than because I don't have what you have. You
Yes.
don't know what I possess on the inside. And guess
Yes.
what? I want it. I know how to go get it.
Yes.
Be not dismayed. If I want it, I know how to go and get it. So what you see on the outside, don't let it fool you.
Yes.
I'm really strong. I am strong, and I acknowledge my strength. You might not want to see it, but I acknowledge my strength because it's me. It's
Mm-hmm.
me. I believe that God imparted that his strength in me for a reason. And it
Yeah.
was to overcome all those things that I had been through before.
Yeah.
All those things. And so it can come off as a little offensive to people, but I'm okay with that because like I
Yeah.
said, if you think you won, then you won. Who's to say you didn't? You
Yeah.
know,
Because it don't even matter.
that's how I feel. I mean, it's like it doesn't even matter. Like if you say you won, because now I see though, Kedra, I see now that you were winning that, but it's the race is not given to the swift, but
Come
the
on.
one that endures to the end.
Come on.
I'm looking at people that tried to make me feel less than, and they
Yeah.
still in the same place I left from 10 years ago.
Still
So
there.
guess what? You won.
Yeah.
Respectively. You
Uh-huh.
won.
You've won. Yep.
You won.
Girl, baby. You gonna have me on
Yeah.
fire, baby. I'm already feeling look
I'm
burning
just
around my
saying.
soul right
Hey,
now, girl. But
that's just how I feel. Like you don't have to address everything.
right.
You don't have to address everything.
Yes.
I choose what I want to address and what I don't want to address. Most times I don't address nothing. Hey, you believe
Yep.
what you believe. Your perception is what your perception is. Who am I to change your perception of me?
That's
Who am
right.
I?
That's right.
So until you get to really know me, or sit in my presence or be blessed to be in my presence, then your opinion really doesn't matter because I know for a fact that you don't really know me.
Yeah, and it's just
You
an
don't know what I
opinion.
have.
It's just an
It's
opinion.
just
Who
an
said that
opinion.
that
You
was
don't know what I
part
have
and
and
true?
don't have.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Mhm.
It's just an opinion. Your perception is your perception, and
Yep.
that's just what it is.
Yep. And
That's
if
it.
more people would actually apply that, like your
Mm.
opinion is just that. Like
It's
it
just
don't
that.
do nothing for me, on me, it don't change nothing about me. It like that's just your
Nothing.
opinion and you can have it.
It
Because
don't feed me. It don't feed me. It don't clothe me. And
yeah,
then, and like I said, what made me realize that was when I lost everything. When we lost everything, right there, because nobody cared to say, "Hey, I know you're going through this, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Can I help?" Nobody had my, you know what I'm saying? You were ready to talk about all the things that I didn't do right. Let's talk about the things now that I did do right.
they not ready.
So I'm at a point to where now I know you don't feed me, you don't clothe me, you don't do nothing for me, you don't give me breath in my lungs, you don't give me a mind to think with on my own, you don't give me the activities of my limbs. So why should your opinion matter?
That's right. That's right.
Why should it matter? It
Yep.
should not matter. Be who you are. I've been judged for my hair colors, which is why Crave Beauty started, because what color, the color of my hair, My nose ring, my tattoos, whatever you think you see does not define me. It does not define me. That doesn't make me any less than who I am. Because
Yes.
guess what? Just like I might look like I'm hood, but baby, my voice went to Harvard.
Come
So guess
on.
what? We're gonna just go
Come
ahead and keep it
on.
moving and say okay. And I'm a very intelligent woman. So people
Yeah.
might look at me like, oh, people perception,
Yeah.
perception,
Yeah.
perception is everything. And
It
if you
is.
perceive that, who am I to change your mind?
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah, we don't have no energy for
You
that, girl.
know?
We got things to do. Like, we have things to do out here in
Right.
the world.
I'm,
Okay. So we have no
yeah.
energy or
Yeah.
time. And thank God we woke up, because there was a time when we was ready. What you said?
Yes.
So
Yes.
just to
Yes.
piggyback
Yes.
off of that whole people taking advantage of your kindness. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it really becomes I it's like I'm noticing strongholds in everything. That also, stronghold. Um,
Mm-hmm. Right.
you continuously doing things, and the perception of what you're doing is not being appreciated. You're being walked all over. It's never connecting with a person's true, or not never, but on plenty of occasions, it's never being
Mm-hmm.
respected for where it came from. Like, it came from within me to
That's
help you. It
right.
came from within me to, how dare you try to play me, because I'm just genuinely loving you. And I'm like, you, I love hard too. So that makes
That's it.
my loyalty go like 10 times more into it than what it would normally be. But
Mm-hmm.
who are you to treat me like that? Because I have a big heart, because I'm a
That's
giver,
right.
because who are you to do that to me? But we got to check it and make them
That's right.
respect it, because our kindness wasn't put
That's
inside
right.
of us to be walked on. It wasn't, God did not give
Mm-hmm.
us that beautiful spirit to be played about. Okay, He gave it
That's
to
right.
us
That's
for
right.
special
Right.
reasons, and there were things that He were lining up for us in our life. And it took me a long time to realize that, because I would just be giving, 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 giving until I don't have nothing, and then it's like, who's here for me? Who's here for me after I've done
Right.
all of this?
Right.
I've given and given and given. So your kindness is definitely something that separates you from the rest, because not everybody is kind. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody, some people are kind, but
Mm-hmm.
don't have a spirit of just generosity. And so it's different levels to
Mm-hmm.
it. And there's no way we were going to continue. God was going to continue allowing that special gift that He gave us to be taken advantage of by man. He
That's
got
right.
it together. He
That's
opened up our
right.
eyes to see that that's not why I created you to be special. That's not why I
That's right.
created you to be a giver. There's some special things that's attached to your giving spirit. There's some special things that
Yes.
are attached to the kindness that you possess. And so until you start walking in my way, you're going to continue getting what you've been getting, giving
Mm.
your kindness away.
That's right.
So it's
That's right.
aligning up
That's
with
right.
the
That's
Spirit
right.
of God and letting Him really take over. Because I say it all the time. Like, I know
Mm.
when I said it to you the other night, you was like, well, if it's not you, then who it is? Well, that was so funny
Yeah.
to me, girl.
It was,
Because in my mind, I'm thinking
mhm.
my flesh is what I say whenever I'm saying it. I couldn't have done it, or I don't know how this. I'm really speaking of the fleshly side of me, because I know the
Mhm.
error that I've created trying to control things within my flesh, just making impulse
Yes.
decisions, just not thinking about things at all. And so
Mm.
that is what I mean, Crystal, when I say it's
Yeah,
not me.
I get it. I
It's
get it. I get it. But
the
I
spirit
wanted you to.
of
I
God.
wanted you to know. I know, but I wanted you to know that if not, it's all you. It's just was used the wrong way.
That's
It's
it.
all you.
That's it.
It's all you. But we're supposed to use our gifts for other
That's
things
right.
rather than that. And
That's
that's
right.
what I meant when I said that. It's all you.
Yeah.
Everything. Your smile. your go get it attitude, all those things, that is you.
Yes.
Your resilience, that's you. But when we I guess you, if I want to say it correctly, when we reroute it
Yeah.
and put it into a better
Change their
perspective, a
perspective.
different perspective,
Yes.
it shows up a whole lot different,
Yeah.
a whole lot different.
A whole lot different. So I'm
So
just
that's my
thankful. I'm always thankful. The more I realize my growth and the more I realize, what God is doing and uh what I can now say and be honest with myself that these were the things that were
Mhm.
hindering you, and I'm aware. I am just so thankful. And I sometimes I have moments where I just get so emotional, and my kids are looking at me like, "What's wrong with you?" you know.
Just a moment. Just a
Nothing
moment.
wrong. Yeah, nothing is wrong, because Princeton is concerned about his mother. My little 6-year-old, he is so concerned. And if I just look slightly like something is not right, he want to know what's going on. So
That they can feel it. They can
yeah,
feel
they
it.
can see it, So,
Mhm.
but I do, let them know, like, I'm just having a moment where I'm just so thankful to God, for what He is
Mhm.
really doing, in my life and within me,
Yes.
and just to express to them also that it's a choice. It's a choice.
Mhm.
What are you choosing? Is it the world or is it your God?
Mhm.
What are you
That's
choosing?
right. What are you choosing? Choose ye this day. Choose this
That's
day.
it. That's it.
You sow into the enemy. The enemy gonna always come back to get you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
sow
You
into
reap what
God.
you
God will
sow.
always be there to get you. You reap what you sow.
You reap what
You
you
reap
sow.
what you
Yeah.
sow.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, God
That's
can't
it.
wait to get these millions since I'm reaping.
You
Since
gonna
I'm
have it.
reaping.
You gonna have it. You gonna have it all.
In Jesus' name.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, what does it mean to you, Crystal, for you to show up authentically every day? What does that mean to you?
To me, it means help. It means hope for the next woman, the next man I meet, the next child I talk to, the next teenager that might feel like, like I'm in a place where I don't understand. My job is to say, "Hey, it gets better. Hey, don't look at where you are. Just fight towards where you want to go."
Yeah.
Be resilient. I know it looks hard. I know it's hard, and I feel like my authentic self portrays that. No matter who I talk to, whatever, you will never hear me downplay nothing or nobody. I
Yeah.
might not agree. I might have my own belief. I might not understand, but I will never downplay what you're feeling because I know what that's like to have
Yeah.
that done to you. I will never downplay what you're going through because I know that you can come back from it.
Yeah.
I will not never downplay you for being where you saw yourself because you worked for it. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like because I've been through so much in life and I've seen so much, I feel like I should be a voice to say, "Hey, hold on just a little while longer."
Yeah.
And I told somebody before, I feel I'm a walking, talking billboard for what God can do in a person's life.
Yes.
And so I believe that if he did it for me, that you look, even though you're going through that financial hardship, even though you're going through those that spell of alcohol abuse, even if you're going through drug abuse, even if you're going through domestic violence, you can come out of it.
Mhm.
You can be successful out of it. You don't have to do it. There's another way. And so I feel like being authentic is really what that is, giving hope to the next person that, hey, though he slay you, you gotta trust him. You gotta
Yes.
trust him. Trust that everything that you're going through is finding you and making you better and putting you in position for where God sees you, not where you see yourself,
That's
not
it.
where anybody else sees you, but for where God sees you. For our thoughts are not his thoughts, our ways are not his ways. Our plans are not his plans. So even if I'm going through this, that, I had to lose everything, but now I know how to manage it when I get it back and then some.
That's right.
I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know how to stand on the rock. So for me, that's what I portray in my authenticity. My because that's what I give. I mean, that's just who I am, though.
Yeah.
Like, I've been judged, I've been ridiculed, I've been put down, I've been all those things, and I don't want to be that to another person. So if I can encourage you to do something different, be something better, or aspire to do something different, then I'm not doing you a due diligence.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my due diligence because he did it for me. So
Okay,
I
so
can tell
we're
you,
not gonna
he
talk
can
about it.
do it for you. He can do it for you, but you gotta want it, you gotta understand the call, and you gotta walk in it no matter what. Just like you can sit back and take all the negative, rise up and start taking the positive and working with it.
Yeah.
Everything in life doesn't have to be negative. It could be positive. It
Uh-huh.
could be really positive. But
Yeah.
if you're seeing it as a negative, then it's going to be negative. You're going to get negative results because your mind is already set on a negative result.
That's it.
It's already set.
It's already
So
set.
that's what I bring. That's what I bring to anybody I meet. I mean, I try to encourage. I am an encourager. I will encourage you along the way because I know what it's like not to have that.
Yeah.
Know what it's like. So
Yes.
that's just me. That's Crystal Craven.
Yes.
You
Well,
know.
I like that
Mhm.
that approach. Most people would not answer it like that. And I guess, authentically each individual
Uh-oh.
ask themselves. But I really what you said, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I don't know what you. I mean, that's what I got from the question.
I
Like,
thought I heard
what
I
does
thought I
bring
heard you say something.
my authentic self mean?
Yes. My apologies. I thought I heard you say something. But absolutely, authentically showing up every day, I also believe has a lot to do with doing what God's work, doing what He has positioned you to do, because He did not bring you and save you. Okay, save you. He did
Mhm,
not allow you to go through
mhm,
those things and to come out and be able to look like
mhm,
this, feel like this,
mhm,
and it was
mhm,
for
mhm.
nothing. It
And
wasn't. It wasn't. He brought you
that's
back
right.
to who He created you to be for a reason,
Yes,
for the purpose of
yes,
whatever He has on your life for you to do, and it doesn't have to be motivational speaking. It doesn't have to be, writing a book. Whatever that special thing is that He has for you, you know it. Because I know for me,
yeah,
for
yeah,
years,
yeah.
like speaking, I've been feeling this since I was like a child. Okay.
Mhm,
And I just kept putting that thing off. I just kept putting it off, pushing it to the side. I don't want to do that, is what I was saying to myself. I want to do makeup.
mhm,
I want to take pictures. I don't want to be standing up in front of people talking about, my life, or, I don't
mhm,
know. But as you grow, you start becoming more comfortable to grow in the
mhm.
spirit, because you could be growing, but growing in the spirit is what really
Yes, yes.
separates it. You start, because some people are not comfortable at all talking about their walk with Christ. Like, they're
Mhm,
not comfortable. And I was like that. And love
mhm,
God. Grew up in church. My grandfather was a great pastor. I should know all the scriptures. I don't.
mhm.
But I'm just
Not
telling
everybody, and nobody in the world. Well, somebody in the world knows majority, but to say all of them, I don't think so.
you. Yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah,
That's a lot.
exactly. So, um, none of those things were of my interest. It just wasn't. And
Mhm,
until I started saying, I'm not happy like this. Like, these things that I'm doing in life are not making me happy. I'm not content. I'm not, and something else is my drive behind the things that I was doing for myself, and now the things that I'm doing
mhm.
for God is totally different. I
Totally
will not
different.
let this podcast fail, because God gave it to me. He's gonna make sure. Now, when I was doing makeup and calling myself taking some pictures, people got stood
Mhm.
up.
Yeah, it wasn't your, I think it wasn't your true passion.
Yeah.
It wasn't your true
Yeah,
passion.
it wasn't my
It
passion.
was
It
just
had
something to
nothing to
get
do with my
by.
purpose or my being. Because I really feel like your purpose
Mhm.
had, so if I was gonna be a photographer and that was my purpose, I feel like it's in it. It's in the
Mhm.
photography. So something about it is a ministry, when I'm operating in my gift as a
Mhm.
photographer. I really feel like whatever
Yes.
you're doing in your life, your
Mhm.
purpose is attached to it. Like you're a realtor,
Mhm.
your
Mhm.
favorite realtor, and look how you put
Your favorite.
yeah, like you put it on there,
Mhm.
and that's what I mean. Your purpose is in it, the favorite realtor, and so when you walking in that walk, it shines differently. The blessings that come from it are different. So I've been able to recognize that
Mhm.
over time, because I didn't always have that
Mhm.
wisdom to know that you can't just Kedra, look, sis. You cannot just do what you want to do in the world. I know they use that loosely. Like you could do whatever you want to do. You could be whatever you want to be. Yes, you can, but that's
Mhm.
connected to what God
Mhm.
has on your
Mhm.
life. So we need to be mindful of
Yes, 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 yes,
um
yes,
so I have one more
yes.
question and we will be able to wrap up. So this one is, do you believe that an authentic personality contributes to confidence and success? Yes.
Yes, I do. If you don't believe in you, who will?
Yeah.
If you don't believe that you can be this, that, whatever you aspire to be, if you don't believe that you're good at what you do, if who else is going to believe you?
Yeah.
How can you effectively walk in who you are if you don't even believe in yourself?
Yes.
So your authenticity, so that's important. Knowing who you are, what you bring to the table, knowing that what you do bring to the table is valuable, and realizing that not everybody sees it a certain way.
Mhm.
Kind of like perception, basically.
Yeah.
So I feel like being authentic is you just show up differently because
Yeah.
you believe in you.
Yes.
You believe in what you have in you. You believe in what you're working towards. You believe. I always say you have to believe for yourself.
Yes.
It's just like believing in God. It's a choice to I'm gonna believe God
Yes.
no matter what. I know
Yes.
it looks crazy. I know it might not make sense to people, but at the same time, I'm going to trust God. I believe God, so I'm going to trust him. So whatever you believe is what you're going to work towards. So
Mhm.
if you don't believe in bettering yourself, then you're never going to better yourself.
That's it.
If you don't believe in education, then you ain't trying to go get no doctorate.
Right.
If you don't believe in buying a house, you're not going to go be a real estate agent.
Yeah.
If you don't have those beliefs, then you're not going to show up in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yes.
you know and that's how I feel being authentic, knowing like, okay, I'm called for this.
Yes.
This is who I am.
Own
and
it.
it's and it's okay for me
Yeah.
to love God and be broken at the same time.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. It's just a short time period. It's just for a
Yeah.
little while. So that's my perception of showing up authentically, and what it can do for you. Like, it really, you show up, you do exactly that. You show up.
Show up. And that's all you have to do.
Show up. You don't even have to do anything extra. Just be you and
Yourself.
believe. Your belief is your belief. I push home ownership because I know what it's like to lose it and want it and desire it. And now I know how to do it right. So now I believe it not only for myself, but I believe that it's attainable, because I can remember a time when I went look at houses with when I was younger, which actually made me want to be a real estate agent. I thought you had to have like big money to buy a house.
Yeah.
I thought you had to be like, but
The
there's
world
so
lies.
the world lied. Perception, change your perception, change your life. Change your mind about a thing, change your perspective about a thing, and you'll change your life.
Yeah.
Everything is not what it portrays to be. Dig deeper into what you want to know. Dig deeper into what you want to see. Business owners. I run a business. I didn't always know how to run a business, but I wanted to run one. So what I did was I dug deeper into what I needed to know to run a successful business, not just a business to say I'm running a business, but a successful business because I believed in my ability to run one.
Yes.
I believe, and it's been successful, and I own a few because I believe in my ability.
Yes.
I believe in me.
Yes.
And that's basically what it is. I believe in me and I believe who sent me.
That's right. And you out
That's
here getting everything that you're supposed to get, okay?
that's
Everything that is for you, honey, it is going to, when you position
when you
yourself,
position yourself.
people.
That's right.
Once you position yourself,
That's
it's
right.
an alignment. Like things just, doesn't mean that every day you wake up is going to be a perfect day. I mean, there are no perfect days. We have some really good days, but there
Mm-hmm.
there are always going to be things that are going to come in the way, and try to deter you, try to change your mind, try to make you feel less than what you really are, especially when you're going through that season of growth, when you're trying to identify yourself, because once you get there, they can't touch you. You see, Crystal, huh?
I'm just me. I focus, I'm disciplined. I don't worry about what everybody else has
Yeah,
going on. I focus on what I need to be doing in the earth.
yeah.
What is required of Crystal.
That's right.
Because remember, I had a season of life where I was dependent on everybody else to tell me where I fit in. And I no longer walk in that anymore. Old
Oh
things have passed
Lord,
away. All things become new.
new baby.
So now I'm in a place where, okay, you can't change what they doing. You can't change what this one doing. You don't even know what the next but here's the thing. You can focus on what you're doing.
That's right.
You can focus on where you're trying to get. You can focus on your goals, aspirations, where you want to see your family, what you want to see for your family. What everybody else is doing ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yes, that's right.
Nothing, nothing, nothing.
So thank you so much, Crystal. Again, like I am so grateful to have such a beautiful spirit to have graced the Authentic podcast. You
Oh,
graced it. So
oh,
I'm thankful. I am always going to express my gratitude because we just don't have to do it. We don't. And when somebody really shows up and like you gave it, okay? You gave
it's
what it
the
needed to give.
It's the truth. And the truth gonna always do what it needs to do.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. And when you do that, for me, I can't speak for anyone else, but when you do that for me, it just, like we forever locked in now. Okay. we was bonded before, but now we locked this. I might show up on your stuff. Hey
Don't show up to my house, Kedra. My husband don't allow that.
girl. Oh, Lord. So yeah, girl, I truly, 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 truly thank you from the top of my heart. I'm not even gonna go down there where all that stuff done happened. From the top of my heart, I thank you so much. Thank you for being authentically you, and we need to keep this, way of life going so that more people can be delivered from.
Yes,
It's time for them to,
yes,
it's
yes,
time for, just like it was time for me. It's time for somebody else to
yes.
fall in place, fall in position, like go
Mhm.
and get what's for you. Matter of fact, let it come to you because that's what's gonna happen when you show up authentically
That's
and you
right.
own your existence as the person God created you to be. You might not even have all of that
Mhm.
figured out yet either, but
Mhm.
he is going to show you. He is going to direct you. You will not ever be lost or confused.
Ever,
When you think
ever.
that you are not going to make it through something, he is like going to blow your mind because, well, dang, I thought they said this was going to take 5 years.
Come
He gave
on,
it to you
come
in
on,
6 months.
come
So
on.
it's like
That's
you
what I'm talking about.
yeah, you got to be
Yes.
authentically representing the image of God in you because He
Mhm.
created us and He created us all different
No
but
different.
unique. Every person has something unique about them, and we just need to tap into that and make it our like top priority
Yeah.
to wake up every day and just love yourself and
Yeah.
thank God for who He created you to
You
be.
be. That's
Nobody
right.
else but yourself, and your life will change. Your life
That's
will change, and everything around you, the people around you, your children probably was doing some things at one time. Now you're looking like, well, Lord, what done happened to?
right. You right. You
It's
right.
just not
You right.
happening for you. So
Yes.
that's the encouragement that I would like to leave with you all today. Is there anything you would like to say in closing, Crystal?
No, I'm good. I just hope that this has blessed somebody, and just know that you are not alone and you can come back from it. And if you need help coming back from it, I'm your girl, because baby, I think of ways out of no way. Because baby, I'm gonna go before God and I'm gonna be like, okay, God, you say if we do this, go do this, we gonna get through it. So okay,
Yes,
so if we gotta build you up on your way through, then let us build you up on your way through. That's what we're here
absolutely.
for. That's what
Absolutely.
Christ came to do. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
it.
He came for the people that are sick. He came for the people that are feel like they're bounded in sin. He
Yes.
came for those exact people.
People.
People like me that was lost in my sin,
Mhm.
almost dead in my sin, didn't
Yeah.
have a chance to say, God, forgive me. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like I could have not had that chance. Now I want to present that chance to somebody else.
Yes.
Like you gotta weigh out. You gotta
Yes.
weigh out. You gotta weigh out.
Yes.
You're never
And
stuck.
that is
I don't
so
feel like
beautiful.
anybody is ever stuck.
No, but
Ever.
you gotta know it. You have
Mhm.
to know it.
Mhm.
If you don't know it, then you will be stuck.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
will be stuck, stagnant, dry, dead, frustrated, disgusted, all of that because you
And you
don't
might not
know.
make it. And you might
So
not make it.
yeah, knowledge is power.
That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So I would like to thank everybody that has tuned in to the Authentic podcast today. We already know that we have provided a drink for your soul. We know it. So we're going to thank God in this moment for using us. And we know that it has reached someone or is going to reach someone, if not many. And for that, we are forever grateful. So until next
Yes,
time,
Lord.
keep it real.
Because I just wanted to be Kedra. That's it. I'm just Kedra. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm just Kedra. Okay? And the things I still have to deal with, because I still deal with it. I still deal with it. It is not going anywhere. I just know how to handle it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, they can play with me if they want to. Okay? But I am that heat that they gonna feel on the hottest day in Louisiana, because I'm gonna keep showing up as Kedra A, Lawson, and that's what you gonna do too.
All right.
You're not gonna let people shame you and put you down because you just wanna be yourself.